Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to the After the Show podcast. Neighbor just ran down to the KVJ show office to grab more beer.
Grab some barrel of
baby.
monks.
Little Wednesday beer action. Oh, yeah.
Just having some fun. It's summertime.
Yeah, you know. Come on, right?
I'm not married like you two fuckers.
Oh, yeah. No, you gotta.
You don't have anybody to apologize to.
Yeah.
Unlike Kevin and myself.
That's true, yeah. When you slip up, have a couple cocktails, there'll be hell to pay. Yeah. I'm hoping because, you know, like the Queen, she was like, hey, if you're going to talk about that, I want to make sure that I come on. I want fair representation, you know.
And she did.
Yeah, she did. And I said,
she came on and on on.
She had heard, I guess, we had mentioned, you know, that we were going to have it on the After the Show podcast. And she's like, so I want to come back on there. And I was like, look, it's just a little bit of fun, trying to smooth it over. Like, I just thought it was an interesting little thing, and now it's gone way into Dad's an alcoholic and he beats the kids. So I'm like, yeah, this is not as fun anymore. So,
Do you want to defend yourself and have her on, or do you just want to just punch?
I think this is what happens. This is the problem, is it just escalates. Like, that's the thing with fighting with the Queen, is you're not going to ever win. You're going to just continue, and then you're like, she's not right. And then you're sitting there fighting, but you're never going to convince her. Like, you know, I was just, like, I'll just throw this out real quick because she's not here to contend, and I'll just throw it down that she completely disagrees, and she would argue it. But she's saying I had 12 of those, whatever. We were at Caitlin's.
The hard water.
Yeah, we were at Caitlin's for 3 hours, and I had 3 large waters in that time.
There's no way you had 12. There's no way. You don't drink. Even when you get kind of shitty, you don't drink that much.
So that would mean that I had 4 an hour plus 1 large bottle of water every hour.
That's a lot.
There's no way. The's no way you drink like that.
You wouldn't be able to walk if you had that.
I mean, they're 5%. They're not,
dude.
You know, but still, yeah.
12 5%ers in 3 hours, you would be schlitzed.
Right. So I was like, and when the last time I looked, I saw 3 left.
Do you think you had more than 8? If you had to, is that still too many, you think?
Well, I think I should have stopped at like 2 on those. In my mind, I probably had about 5.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that
you
was
probably had
over
8.
3 hours. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I mean, like I said, I was really trying to drink the water and like, okay, stay away from these. And there's nothing else. What was happening was we had gone over to hang out with Caitlin and at her apartment and watch some Wimbledon. And so we were there, and we go over, and Caitlin has some friends that show up and like going, oh yeah, our alcohol is at my friend's house over here in Boca. And so she left and didn't come back. And so we were just sitting there.
She ditched you.
She completely, so we're sitting there for 3 hours, and I'm just
She's like, I'm not partying with my parents on the 4th.
Yeah. And so I'm really kind of like bored. I'm just sitting there like, okay. It's just, you know.
That's so weird that you're just sitting there in her crib and she's not there.
Right. So
were her friends still there?
No. They all left.
So it was you and the Queen and Cannon?
And her parents.
And
Cannon. Yeah, so we were just chilling there for like, and so I was
and whose parents? Oh,
Kim's parents.
Kim's parents.
Yeah.
So her mom and her dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you and what's the appeal of this apartment? Why would you go there instead of just staying at your own place?
We were going to go down to the pool, but the pool was really crowded and you couldn't, go down there. And so that was, really kind of what the plan was going to be. And then Caitlin had taken the key, so we couldn't leave or go to any other floors. Like, I was just going to go down to the gym. I'm like, well, I'll go down to the gym, get a workout in. Like, no, you can't basically leave the apartment. So I'm like...
So she took your ride and she left you at her place.
Well, they were still there because her dad was really invested in the Wimbledon, that was going on because he loves tennis. So he's kind of watching that. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to go work out then. And it's like, well, you can't go anywhere. So I'm just sitting there like, all right, I guess I'll have some
Might
of
as well
these.
drink.
Yeah. So that was kind of how we wound up in that
It's a
situation.
weird situation.
It was. I was a little, you know what? I think
You were a
part
little
of it,
bit like, why are we doing this?
I was a little pissy, I
Yeah.
think, because of that. 'cause
I would be too.
This is my 4th. It's sunny outside. I want to be doing something else. I didn't really want to do the trip anyway. And then I was kind of annoyed. I'm like, she came and just ditched us. Like,
now
why are
I'm
we?
sitting in an apartment
So there was,
with my in-laws watching Wimbledon.
Right.
Yeah, I can see why you were pissy, and you're like, I'm going to fucking drink.
Yeah. And so then at the end of it all, when it was like,
Yeah. Okay.
So there we go.
Thank you. I needed more clarity, and now I have it.
So that's kind of where we were. And you're right. Typically, I am good at swallowing all my disgust and disappointment and anger and whatever and just processing it better. And so that probably was it.
I just know you, and I just know how you are, and I
Yeah.
just don't like anytime anybody paints a picture, whoever it is, that
Yeah.
you're this guy trying to get pussy, and you're especially 21-year-old. I mean, what? No way.
Yeah. Well,
it's so out of left field.
That was it. Yeah.
I've been drinking. I'm going to be real
I hear
fucking
it.
honest.
Well, that's just, and that was my thing to her. It was just like, come on, can we not get past this? After 18 years, like I would ever be, trying to score some ass or whatever. But, I got a text from the 305 and somebody said, look, I'm a Latina and we are very territorial with our men. And that's kind of what it is.
But does that make it right, though?
No.
I mean, that's almost like giving an excuse to be.
I realize that. I'm like, okay, I realize she has, higher sensitivities to that. I'm huge on my man not disrespecting me or our marriage by putting himself in bad situations. But she's in that case, I think she overreacted. So I'm not going to give any more judgment one way or the other because I know the queen would want to come on and defend herself, but it would just turn into. It got to the point where it's like, this isn't fun. Like, it's like, I got to stop.
You don't want to fight.
No.
Because it's not really worth it.
No, it's not worth it. It's just like, okay, I get it.
You think it's inappropriate. I didn't see the inappropriate, but let's just agree to disagree.
That's kind of what it is. So
it was fun on the radio, but let's not keep it
No,
going.
that's where it's usually like, and I'm just like, look, this is not going to go anywhere except just continual fighting. And so I'm gonna pack it in, and if you feel better by declaring the win, you declare the win.
Someone
It's
told
all
me
yours.
once, pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. Don't know rest of the words.
Yeah, that's a good motto. I believe in that.
You were flowing so good.
I was. The first part felt real good, back half not so much.
Yep, I believe in that. But yeah, that is, kind of one of the things. I was just actually reading, the differences and here she is calling. I'm sure she would like her.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is she listening?
I don't know. Probably
Shit,
checking
man.
it out. I just,
On her surveillance dog?
like I said, I just brought it up quickly.
Do you have to take the call?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell her, be like, look, I don't want to
Please
come
take
on
the
here.
call.
No, don't take the call.
Take the call.
Don't take the call.
Take the call.
Shit.
Come on.
Dang it. Take the call.
No, it didn't connect.
Fuck.
She hung up.
Yeah, but that's just
It probably rang too many times.
What did I say?
If she calls back,
Hello.
What did I say?
Okay, I didn't eat all day. Okay. 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 All right. Yeah. Okay. I will leave it at yes. I had too much, and I will work on that part of it. So. Yeah. Okay. All right. That was it. She said yes. You did have 12.
Oh shit, she's listening. Fuck.
and she said you didn't eat.
Damn it, you didn't.
We could hear it.
We could
Yeah,
hear
and
everything.
and she said that you didn't eat. So
The queen's gotta understand. We're on the air.
I hear you.
I do that a lot,
I gotta
though.
defend my boy.
I drink my lunch because you can't drink and
Yeah.
eat. You have to pick one.
yeah, I just got to, you know what? For me personally, at my age and where I am, it's like, and I'm trying. Because I grew up a rager and a partier, and I got to get out of these situations. I got to just not. Really, I probably just need to hang it up.
Don't listen to
This is
this.
probably a retirement.
Don't listen to this.
You're too in it right now.
I hear you, but it's like,
We both need to learn when to say when. I
Yeah.
think that sometimes, because I too am a rager and a partier, and I just enjoy it so much. But if we keep drinking all day long, like I did as well on the 4th, eventually it gets ugly and something bad happens. But if we would have tapped out halfway through, It would have been a lot better for everybody.
I hear you, but it's like you know what? And I think part of it in this article I was actually just reading, I'm like, oh gosh, this is so true. In America, and especially in certain places, depending upon where you grew up and who you were hanging with, you are wired and trained like at about the age of 14 or 15 in America that you go out because, especially when you deal with a lot of people that when they're sober are very tight and so you drink to get hammered. It's about a goal. And so you get used to when we drink where I'm from, you would drink all day. Like we would get up at 9 a.m. and then you would still go out to the clubs at night and that's what we did.
Us too.
You
Same.
just drank all day long. And so, when you grow up like that and you become an adult, there are times you try to say, I should stop. But you're like, oh, gosh, I'm having a great time.
Same.
Yeah.
And then you form habits.
Yeah.
And now it's not just what you do, it's who you are.
I gotta tell you, drinking on the podcast right now doesn't feel that fun. I'm gonna put my beer down.
You can still have beer.
I don't know. I wasn't trying to be a dick by grabbing the beer earlier. I just know it was so serious and intense on the air. I wanted a little
and
levity.
I think that's what happens when things get serious and intense. Sometimes you're like going, I just want some alcohol just to loosen up a little bit.
I was trying to give a little levity to the situation.
You're fine.
Okay, fuck it. I'm drinking. All right. You know what, though, to my friends, you guys, good luck with your deal.
And people say moderation. And for the most part, I'd say a majority of the time when I go out, I'm pretty cool. But I probably every now and then,
you're human and
it jumps up.
You have
and
a bad moment.
And then you're out for a while and you just have too much.
You're out for a while with regret.
But for me, that's the danger of just even continuing to ever drink because you never know when that time's going to be where you're out with somebody and you're having a great time and they're like, have another one. You're like, okay. And the next thing you know, you're caught up in the mix and you've had too much. And then you get into that's it because I never know when I can wind up with her in a contentious situation.
And I'm not making excuses for anybody here because it's I mean, if you overdrink, it's not right. But I do think we all probably drink a lot because this is a weird job and we're always around people we don't know and that's kind of an anxiety. I know for me, I've got a lot of anxieties about this job. I love what we do, but it comes with a great deal of stress and pressure. Motherfuckers are always trashing you, talking shit. There's ratings involved. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So sometimes you want a little bit of a relief. And I think that is the core root sometimes of why we may drink.
Yeah.
I mean, even cocktails and karaoke, it should be a fun thing, but there's other pressure. Are people going to show up? Is the client going to be happy? There's other underlying pressures there that you don't realize that are there. That it's not an excuse, but it's probably why we tend to drink.
Yeah, I hear you. No,
I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real.
No, it is. I mean,
we're in the public eye, and if you fuck up in an office, 20 people know about it. If you fuck up on the air, your whole hometown knows about it. There's a pressure to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure between ratings and every day having content and from segment to segment being dialed in to be able to do what you got to do.
Not an excuse, but it's a reason. I sometimes drink. I'm being honest.
Yeah, and I think for us, especially when you throw in the social stuff, it is tough, and you're a little bit more rigid, and you can't sometimes if you haven't been drinking and you're just kind of whatever caught up in it, somebody comes up to you and you got resting bitch face, and they're going, "Wow, they're an asshole."
Right.
It just takes one time for someone to try to punch you.
Well, you always have to be on. That's the tough thing that I think that maybe people don't know. But every time you're in public, every time you're out somewhere, you just always got to be on and be happy. And when you drink, at least when I drink to excess, I just fall apart. And then my worst fear is then realized I act like an asshole in public, which is what I care about, how I look in public, but then I'm undermining it myself with my bad behavior because I'm drunk.
Well, I hate letting down listeners. I mean, I really do. And I remember one time we did an appearance at Blue Martini, and the girl came out to meet me, and the first thing she said to me was, "Wow, you are such a disappointment to meet in person."
Aww.
And I mean,
that's so sad.
I'm still a person. I'm like, fuck, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Okay.
What did she mean?
I guess I was too tired. I didn't give her the fucking dance. I have no idea. But it was an awkward situation. Things like that. I think it plays a role.
Being tired is hard.
Yeah, for sure.
To do that gig when you're tired.
Well, I just know how much we want to entertain the people, whether we do or not, whether we're funny or not. It doesn't matter. I know in our hearts that's what we want, and I know that there's a pressure to that.
Yeah.
Anybody in the public eye will tell you that.
Absolutely. So that's probably it. I don't know that ultimately at the end of it, really justifies it all.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
But that is, kind of where you kind of go off the rails sometimes with that kind of stuff. And then too, we hang out with, a lot of the people that we know and associate with. They're drinkers and they just go out and like to get rowdy and have a good time. Yeah, it's what we do. It's just kind of fun. And so that's the tough part is. When your social circle is a lot of people that go out and have cocktails, and then it's kind of awkward when they're out kind of like doing it, and you're just like, I'm enjoying my water. It's fine. You guys have a good time. Yeah. And I was the Queen and I both quit drinking for 1.5 years at one point.
I remember.
Yeah. You were a miserable son of a bitch.
We call it the dark months.
Yeah. You were such a dick.
It was tough, and the thing that we came to at the end of 18 months was... We were just like, gosh, we used to have a lot of fun. We don't, because it's harder to find things to do. And so we're like, yeah, we were afraid we were getting old and boring. And so we're like, well, let's just go have a couple drinks. But I'm telling you, that's just for me. I know people are like going, Kev, it's moderate. I get it.
Mijo, we're all afraid of that.
I totally understand. Moderation, that would be fantastic. I would love if somebody after 3 or 4 beers could handcuff me.
They try. I fight them.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah.
It's ugly.
Yeah, so I've tried that rationale. I get it. I know it's the right way to do it.
I decided I can only have beer. From here going forward, that's it for me. No more hard alcohol. That's how I get into trouble. And I'm a pro. I do Mardi Gras. I drink from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., but I do only beer. And I can do it. I know I can do it. That's what I need to apply to my everyday life. Pretend like every day that I'm just going
and
out
that's
for
all
a few
good until
drinks.
craft beer came along. In the craft beer world, that throws you off.
True.
Yeah.
True. So yeah, it's important to keep yourself in the 5% range.
Yeah, which is what I thought with those hard waters. That's why I'm like going, okay, I'm fine. I'm with the hard waters, whatever. It's all good.
But maybe they have a different kind of alcohol.
That's what
in
I was
those.
wondering.
It's
I
not
was
like beer.
Yeah.
We know ourselves on beer.
I was a little bit more cantankerous. I didn't. Yeah, exactly. I know myself on beer. On that, I didn't know myself, and I was a little bit more edgy. And I don't know how much
you were
of it.
Pissy.
Right. I don't know how much of it was I was already pissy because I was just very unhappy with the situation we were in.
I get it.
And that carried over.
I would probably be 10 times the monster that you were if I was in that scenario. Because you had no control over your holiday, and we don't get very many of these.
Right, your free time is precious.
And it's beautiful, and it's South Florida, and then you're looking on Facebook, and every other asshole's on a boat or on the beach or outside, and you're inside in an apartment when your daughter's not there. Like, I would be 10 times the pissy bitch that you were.
Yeah, so that kind of put me probably, to where it was. But those things always kind of, jumps up to grab you. So I don't know what the answer is.
Maybe this is just an alcoholic justifying drinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Again, I'm not making excuses. I don't think you would drink as much if you had a different profession. I'm just being honest with you. I think you would probably curtail it, and this might be a rude awakening for you. If you feel bad about that, I think you've got the support of your family. You've got the support of the audience. People want you to win. I think they want us to win. Most of the people that listen to us want us to win.
Well, we're just flawed people trying our best.
Oh, we're all real fucked up.
I'm going to try to win on beer only.
There you go.
Look, you do you. You'll make the right adjustment.
Beer only, and that's it.
The fact you're talking about it and recognizing, I think that's a plus. I'm trying to keep this shit positive. I'm drinking, motherfucker.
That's right, baby.
I'm in a different lane than you, reflecting fucks.
It's hard when you have a family because
I know
nothing is worse than disappointing your family.
I don't understand how you guys have a family just with take away the drinking. I don't get how you have a mate with this job. Seriously,
yeah, it is tough. Yeah.
I don't ever see myself being seriously involved with some. That's the one thing I've learned in the last year or two, maybe a year. I don't see myself seriously involved with somebody until I'm retired. I don't see how you fuckers do it.
You're not allowed to retire.
I don't think I'm getting married.
Let me see here. Talking about not a-hole adults, but kids. Emily said when my friend's son was 4, he was obsessed with trucks. He'd always make the beep, beep, beep noise when the wide-load big trucks would back up. One day they were at Target waiting in the checkout line, and a bigger lady was in front of them. She needed to get out of line, so she turned to my friend and said, yeah, can I sneak out and get out by you? My friend moved out of the way, and she began backing out of the line, and the 4-year-old starts going beep, 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 beep. He said he was mortified and just turned his head and not make eye contact, whether his kid was a total asshole in that moment.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
That's
I said,
tough.
I think you'll give like a 4, but after about 5, you're like, okay, now you're just a total complete a-hole. We're going to have to knock this kid around.
Yeah, I think after kindergarten, that's like, okay, they've been in the real world now. They've had to go to school. They've had to conform. They've had to learn the rules and learn how to follow the rules. And it's a whole structure. So first grade on, asshole behavior is not going to be tolerated.
And I'd say it's about age 12 to 13 when you really know that your parents are full of shit.
Right.
They are struggling just like every other motherfucker out there.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Talking about getting shamed, too, on the flip side of it, John D. said, yeah, I was 22 going to Chili's on a first date with this girl I was really into. Walking in, 2 kids between 6 and 9 were sitting on the bench waiting for mom. One kid says, why does that guy have boobs? And the other kid goes, because he's really fat. Still hurts to this day.
Yeah, kids are assholes, man.
Yeah,
They're
6
so-
and 9.
That
At 6
sucks.
and 9, you're an asshole.
Yes, you're right.
Those kids are assholes. Yeah, you're past the limit.
9-0 excuses.
Yes, that's the real deal.
What are you guys doing after this?
Not hanging out here. It's Rocco's birthday.
All right, like I
can't
said.
go drinking.
Like I said, what are you guys doing after this?
I can't go drinking.
No, we won't get
now
drunk.
you can bring yourself
No,
to
no.
Rocco's party.
Drunkle won't be coming.
Drunkle. Drunkle Jaybird.
That's a beautiful thing, though, about not having any attachments. If you're like going, you know what, I want to go get shit-faced on a Wednesday afternoon.
You can.
You go get shit-faced.
Now, with that said, I do still have Chewy on my brain for special needs, but I can go there, and he's not a kid. I get that. I do understand my dog is not a fucking kid. But I hear you. No, you're right. I can get shitty and still walk Chewy and give him a shot.
I've seen you drunk as a skunk, dressed as Lana, walking Chewy, and it was awesome.
And I was so proud.
You're so
People always
frolicking.
say, poor dog. Fuck that. That dog's like, hell yeah.
The dog loves it. He really does love it.
Drew sent an email and said, hey, I was listening to your show. You're discussing mini bottles brought to the airport from home. Here's the trick. I do this every time I fly. You can bring as many mini bottles of liquor you want from home if you put them in clear Ziploc bags in your carry-on. You aren't supposed to drink them on the flight, though, so once through TSA, get yourself a soda, go to the restroom, and add your mini bottles. Works every time.
Wait, you can put Ziplocs full of liquid in your carry-on?
I don't know. That's what I think he's saying. I have to look at that because I am always confused. In fact, I've gone places where I flew to a destination with something with liquid in it and then trying to fly back. They're like, no, that ain't going to go. I'm like, I got here with it. I didn't buy that while I was here.
I think sometimes, too, it's just they don't catch everybody.
Yeah, I guess. Or just I think other people, depending upon what city you're in and who you're getting and probably even on what day.
Right. Who's the guy looking at the x-ray? Was he picking his nose? Was he checking out somebody hot coming through security? Was he worried about somebody at home on the phone? You know, you never know.
Yeah, that's why I can never really tell what, is working and what's not when it comes to flying. Here was the Jaybird.
Try not to hit
what
your
are you doing?
microphone
Cheers with the microphone?
with your beer.
Cheers.
I got to cheers for somebody with you two fucks.
I know, right?
I'm just kidding. Come on, we're having
We're
a
both
good
on
time.
we're on the guilt train.
We're having a good
We
time.
are.
Dude. Yeah.
I hear you. I love you fuckers.
Marshall sent an email, said, hey, Jaybird, did you see the latest incident when it came to food tampering? This woman urinated in an ice cream machine. I've heard you the last couple of days how you hate this new trend of food tampering. I'm not sure how new this food tampering stuff is. I worked at a fast food place 10 years ago. There were 2 guys who would always lick the buns of the burgers. From anyone who would complain in the drive-thru line, I have heard of other fast food workers admitting to worse than that.
Motherfuckers.
That's why
You son of a bitches.
I don't complain.
You son of a
If
bitches.
somebody is handling my food, I want to be as sweet as I can to them because I don't know what kind of day they're having. I don't know if they're fucking deranged.
You lick my burger, 20 years in the fucking clink.
But you're not going to know about it.
You're right. Oh, my burger's been licked so many times.
So many licks.
So many pizza pies have been wet.
I've told you, they've licked your pepperoni.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And word to the wise, prepare your food at home. I'll never eat at a fast food restaurant ever again because of my own personal experience. Dying.
It is disconcerting when you hear this kind of stuff and then you see and you think about it. Just think about it for a second. This person's not happy to be at work. They don't like the low pay they make. They're angry maybe about a lot of stuff. And not all places, but some places. That is the vibe. And now you're taking that food that they just made for you and you're trusting that they didn't out of spite do anything to it.
Yeah.
You know, people use what little power they have in the only way they can when they feel powerless in every other aspect of their life. So maybe the only thing this guy can do is lick your bun.
I don't think they probably even overthink it. They're just like, haha, this is funny in the moment. And they're not giving it a lot of real depth of thought.
I think there's both. I think there's the guy like Kevin's talking about, and then I think there's a psycho like Virginia's talking about. Either way, the result's the same.
You're right.
It's completely fucked. I'm swearing a lot in this podcast.
Well, you've been drinking,
I've
so
been
you got a good
drinking.
excuse.
I know. You'll get emails.
It
You know
is,
what?
yeah. The more you drink, your F-bomb quotient does go up, typically.
You'll get emails.
It's true.
Yeah.
Tell them fuck off.
Yeah,
Tell them for me.
right. So Jaybird does eat at home, but apparently he eats naked. Now, do you do this often?
I do eat naked a lot. I'm naked a lot at my house. As soon as I get home after my Chewy stuff. I mean, gosh, that sounds so dirty. That's not what I meant.
So where do you take Chewy?
After I walk him and give him shots, I will, come home and try to, I like to get naked if I'm not going out. If I'm going out, obviously I have clothes on.
So are you naked when you're giving Chewy the shots, or do
And
you
do you-
become naked right after?
No, I'm not
Where does
naked.
he take the shot?
Chewy takes it in the neck.
What kind of needle?
Gosh, that sounded bad too, man.
So you give Chewy a pearl necklace?
Oh, fuck. Chewy.
Oh, now you're spilling beer.
This is the guy you hired, Kev. It's on you. This is your guy.
Denny's!
Ah,
Here he comes. You got paper
boy, here we
towels.
go, yeah.
Your boy's got it.
On Denny's headphones. Oh, sweet Denny's. I'm so sorry, Miho.
He just got those headphones.
Yeah, I don't have a drinking problem either.
He just wanted to catch up to make sure he got credit for it, too. You don't want Virginia to be the only ones on blast.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be on blast. All right. Thanks, Denny's. Miho, my fucking guy. God, I love this guy. Mm-hmm. I love him too much, probably.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Don't fucking diminish our relationship.
So you were saying that you eat naked.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you give your dog a pearl necklace.
Control your girl, please.
Oh, I can't. Poor Panda.
Oh my, that miserable son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Every time he leaves the room, everyone goes, "Oh, that poor son of a bitch."
I mean, Drunk Kev's just going to disagree with you. Drunk Virginia, oh, man. That's, oof.
Oh my God. No, I would rather deal with 10 drunk Kevins than one drunk Virginia, and that you can quote me on.
If, like in the Matrix, you could multiply me, 10 drunk Kevs, one drunk. It would be an intro. I think Virginia would win, yes.
Oh, she's the
Yeah.
best. She's the best.
She is the best.
Yes.
Slash worst.
Yes.
I am naked a lot in my house if I am not going out, for sure. I like to get fat and sassy. I like to eat naked. I know that's not a common thing.
So
Yeah.
weird because I like to put clothes on. I don't want to see my stomach when I'm eating.
It's not that I'm looking at my stomach. Believe me, I'm not. See the clothing kind of constricts my fat, and
Does
that
it make
makes
you feel fatter?
It does. There's like, again.
You gotta let me introduce you to the world of moo-moos. I love to put on a moo and then eat. It's so relaxing. It's like a night dress. They're a little bit longer than a shirt, cover all your naughty parts, but they're free flowing and they're usually a very soft fabric.
It is amazing. Your perspective of your body changes a lot depending upon the clothes that you have on.
Big
Amen.
time. You could
Yeah.
have big dick energy.
With your dog.
Depending on what you wear. I'm having a tough time talking. You're taking me home?
Apparently.
You walk Chewy with me?
I don't know about all that.
Oh, fuck, man.
I gotta get home. It's Rocco's birthday.
Oh, that's right. The kid. Damn it.
That's the
kid.
kid. That kid. Gosh. Yeah, that's tough.
But yeah, I do eat naked.
Yeah, okay. And do you eat hot food naked?
Yeah, I spilled tomato bisque on my balls yesterday. I was in my chair and I'm eating naked.
Sounds delicious.
It's from the Publix makes a good bisque, by the way.
Okay.
Really?
Very good bisque, yes. And I was eating, and as I was hamburger hand, spilled it all on my nards, hot too.
Ooh.
Yeah. You guys don't
Should we
eat.
look it up?
Stop. All right. Now you're just being hurtful. Don't sexualize my dog. Yeah, it hurt. I don't know what you want to tell me.
When's the last time you ate naked, Virginia?
Oh, it's been a long time.
Really?
I don't eat naked. I don't hang out naked. When I come home, I put on the moo and then we're good to go. Like, I'm naked getting in and out of the shower, and that's probably it.
Do you sleep naked?
No, I t-shirt and shorts.
Really? Oh,
Because he's got
that's
Cannon.
Yeah.
You can't be like, hey, cuddle up with your kid.
No,
your
Cannon's
dong's on his leg.
Cannon's got his own room.
Yeah,
He's in
what
his
the
own
fuck's
bed.
Cannon
Yeah.
in the bed for? It's like
Yeah.
15 now.
Yeah, no, he's left the bed, so
Okay.
he hung on for a long time, but yeah, he's in his own room,
Yeah,
his own bed.
Yeah, I'm definitely not suggesting being naked, having your kid there.
Yeah, but still, I don't
No,
know.
there's nothing wrong with that because they'll get
Yeah.
some fucking hippie.
I
Kids
used
come
to.
in and out. They come in and out a lot.
When I was single, dude, and I didn't have kids running around the house, yeah, I slept naked back in the day.
And I'm sure that's
yeah, it's
exactly
mainly,
why
yeah.
I'm the way I am. It's because of my situation.
If I were in a place by myself, I would be naked a good bit more.
I just love sleeping naked. You guys don't get wedgies? I'm always like picking my underwear out of my ass. I hate it.
I wear the moo and nothing underneath it.
Okay, that's better. I can see that. And then you
No
can,
bra,
and
no
you, And you can
panties.
lift up the moo above your cooter and pooter.
What?
Sorry, I didn't know what else to say.
I think those are the correct
Yeah.
anatomical, biological terms, cooter and pooter.
Yeah.
You can lift them,
Cooter
Front
in the
and
front,
back, yeah.
cooter in the
You
back.
got it,
you can,
yeah.
you can lift them up above the waistline if you did get a moo wedgie.
Yes.
Okay, all
I
right.
can move, and my moo-moos usually don't ride up in the crackage.
Okay, I'm a bigger girl.
Don't worry, they make plus-size moos. I'm gonna get you a moo.
Oh yeah, I would like to see what the largest moo is on planet Earth.
Oh, Kevin.
It has to look like a circus tent.
Oh, I want it. Give me a moo.
I will.
I wear
Yeah.
this shit to work.
I'm gonna get you a nice moo.
I wear this shit to work. Go to sales meeting. I don't give a shit.
I don't like shitty moos. I don't like the moos with buttons. I don't like the moos with snaps or zippers or any of that. My moo has to be so soft and so comfortable that whenever I roll around or move, nothing scrapes or pinches or anything.
There was a guy I know. His name was Harvey. I told this story back at Wild 95.5. He had just hooked up with this girl. He was at her place. She had white sheets,
Okay.
and he sharted. And there was poop all over the sheets. And he said he was so tired that he looked over. He knew he sharted. He looked over and he couldn't get up. So he just rolled over, went back to bed, and then left the place the next day. And she had to deal with the shart.
Oh, that's tough.
I don't talk to Harvey that much anymore.
Yeah.
Is his real name Harvey?
It is Harvey, but it's.
The only thing about that is
That's his last name.
okay.
I'll write it down.
The only thing about the philosophy on that is, yeah, you would think, okay, you got to get out of those sheets quickly. But if you're sitting there thinking about it, be like, oh my gosh, this is mortifying. I can't believe I did this. If you wake her up to change the sheets, clearly you're the one that shit the bed. If you just get up and say nothing about it, there is still a chance and possibly a little bit of doubt in her mind. I think that was him, but that could have been me.
Could it have been me? But
Could it have been me?
But here's the thing, though. I'm sorry. I would know for a fact, deep sleep, drinking, anything, if I shit the bed. There's no way I wouldn't know that.
If you can somehow switch sides with her, that's the ideal situation. Then she wakes up and she truly does think that she sharted.
I think what you want to do before you go, you roll her over right to where the spot is, and you point it, and then kind of like tap her lightly, like she's going to wake up, and then she rolls over, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!"
What,
yeah,
oh
and
my gosh!
What have I done?
What a rig job, Riggy.
that's how Riggy works. I totally plan it like she's the one that shit the bed.
That's so.
And
fun.
Ricky's so good, she thinks she shit the bed.
So to me, when
I think that's what I would roll her over right by it, maybe lightly tap her. Then I would like go to the bathroom and come out, and then be like, "Hey," and then she wakes up, and be like, "Oh my gosh, what did you do?"
see the whole thing with Harvey was he knew he did it, he sees it, and then he was too tired to deal with it. I would be mortified thinking of 9 different ways to. I mean,
Harvey don't care.
he don't care. It comes down to Harvey didn't give
He's
AF.
a different breed of man.
He's a different breed of
We've
man.
talked about this breed of man
You're right.
before. It's the same guy that comes to work and shits at work. He don't care.
Where he's taking. we work with somebody that is so brazen about their dumps, Kevin.
There's a lot of people, actually. It's not just one.
I think a quarter
Yeah.
of the men, and I think 10% of the women do not give a shit about shitting at work.
10% of, wow.
10% of women, I think, have the same thing going on.
Can you give me research to back up them stats?
I've been in the ladies' bathroom.
That's all I need.
I've seen the shitters.
That's all I need.
I've smelled their prize.
I'm glad you're giving us the scouting report.
I know their shoes.
Yeah, okay.
When you walk in and you see the shoes, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm getting out of here.
So you know the shoes?
I know the shoes.
Okay, so we have to delve a little deeper.
I know too much about some certain people's time clocks, too, because there are girls that are on a clock as well in this building. I will not reveal any names. It's a girl code.
And honestly, a lot of times I don't want to know. Like, I like to...
I don't know, man. I'm a baseball man. The more knowledge, the more powerful you are. I need the stats.
I need you to keep the illusion because I actually like this person.
Okay, well, you know what? I know you too
She's
well.
playing a dangerous game.
I already know who it is because I know Virginia so well.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I like more than one coworker.
No, I would bet the fucking farm on who it is.
Right.
Somebody you
down.
have a little bit of a crush on, an office crush?
It's nothing like that. There's no office crushes here.
Oh, there's not.
Well,
That's a lie.
all right, there's one office crush.
Okay, one office crush.
It's one of two people.
And are you afraid that it's her?
No.
And would she still be a crush if you found out that she was just a turbulent dumper?
I mean, can you give me a little backstory on this? How bad is this?
It's not bad, but it's definitely a pattern.
They wash their hands?
I don't stick around.
You can't. I have to exit immediately. It's that bad. Run for your lives.
I'm not here to watch you
get out.
wash your hands because we know too much about the poop particles in the air. If you can smell it,
Yeah, right.
that means
You're
there's
smelling the chemicals, yeah.
there's particles in the air of poo. That's why the air smells.
Is it of one of two people?
Nope. And nope.
Okay.
Okay, so you're fine. You got exemption on the people you're hoping.
Gotta burn this.
Yeah.
Well, it's not those people, actually. It's a different person. It's maybe a person you would never suspect.
Okay. Well, we got some things to get to here.
Interesting.
I'll get it out of her.
You will.
She's all sober now, believe me.
Wait till we flip roles.
She goes girl code. There's nothing higher than KVJ code. Come on.
Okay.
He's right.
All right. Well, you never know what's going to happen on Friday. We're going to take our guilty consciences over to Das Craft Beer and Pizza on Singer Island. They've got more craft beers than any other bar in Palm Beach County.
And I
on
don't think
tap.
they have shots, right? So that's good for me.
You know, it is good. But yeah.
Beer only. I'm sticking to 5%ers.
I want to challenge any motherfucker, any Johnny come lately that wants to challenge me to a chug off.
Okay.
Bring that shit on, and I'll do it 5 times.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
There you go. Jaybird is going to pick up the slack of me and V.
If you need some material, I'm here.
Okay. It's on Singer Island, Das Craft Beer and Pizza. Just after 5 o'clock, start showing up, get a couple drinks in you. About 5:30, we'll start the show. So get out of work a little bit early and join us on Friday, and come by and pick up some tickets, too. You can win the Palm Beach Summer Beer Fest tickets while you're out there. So we will see you this Friday. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.